Yeah, hi there. These comments are for AP, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL iBT. And I'm reading your independent speaking or independent writing practice test number 1. I'm going to read it, correct it, and score it, and give you an idea where you are right now with your writing. Now, normally this service, it's $50 for one essay to do this service, and I'm giving it to you at no cost. I know that you, according to what you said in your email, you're not very happy with my online course. You feel it's very confusing, and you want a refund, right? And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, okay, let's take a look here. So the most important person during... First of all, don't use that second person point of view here, I think, because that's instructional and that's not what you're trying to do in this kind of writing. So you can rewrite this to say, the most important person during school university days is a roommate.
Should I hang up? Should I hang up?
Yeah, just hang up. No, just let it go.
No, I'm hanging up.
So students share a personal living space. We can change this. We'll say students share personal living spaces and see each other every day for, you might say, several years. From my personal experience, a good roommate you can just say here, from my personal experience, a good roommate makes an undergraduate program more memorable and fun. With time, I'm going to just say this. Roommates can become brothers if they get along together well. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to show you either the third person singular point of view, maybe the third person plural point of view, the he, she, it, or the they. That's going to work better. So in my opinion, instead of saying there are many, I'm going to just say this. Let's get right down to it. Be a little more direct in how you're saying your ideas. Flexibility, an even-tempered attitude, and a good character are important qualities that a roommate should possess. Okay, so that's some changes I would make with the introduction. Alright, let's take a look at your next paragraph here now. If you're saying secondly, third, I would put here maybe firstly, then secondly, then you can say thirdly here, so keep all those parallel. Firstly, flexibility is one of the important traits in a good roommate. Now that's a great topic sentence. It connects back to your thesis. See, for example, in my undergraduate program, I had a roommate. You can probably just get rid of the clause there. Let me show you something, be a little bit less wordy. So you can do this. Then you can maybe say this. I would just put here non-vegetarian. So, for example, my undergraduate program, I had a vegetarian roommate who did not have any problems with me being non-vegetarian. Whenever, and don't put the comma after your subordinating conjunction because it's connected to that subject and verb. So whenever I got chicken or eggs for lunch, I could eat. You may refer back to it, these foods in our apartment using our dishes. You see, on the contrary, during my graduate program, my new roommate felt offended by these foods, and many times we had arguments. You might say that want me to bring and maybe you might say this to tie it back to your thesis. On the contrary, during my graduate program, my new inflexible roommate felt offended by these foods, and many times we had arguments about why he did not want me to bring these non-vegetarian dishes into our living space. Moreover, having a flexible roommate leads to, because arguments is a count now, and I'm going to change this to fewer. So, I think that's going to be a better one there. So, moreover, having a flexible roommate leads to fewer arguments because I would say we will see mostly eye to eye on most issues you might say since he has the same right as I have living in the apartment. Okay, the next idea, having a good character. I would probably maybe say it this way. Usually we don't say a good character roommate. You could say an integrable maybe. I'm not sure if that's an adjective, but I would probably rewrite this to say having a roommate with a good character is always a bonus. In today's world, many adults are addicted to drugs, and nobody wants to share a room with a drug addict. So you're saying here many adults, and let's refer back to adults. We're going to say it might land them in legal trouble, and they might also get addicted to drugs, maybe in time, right? So I'm going to use here them, because them refers to adults, which is what you said in the previous sentence. Say, for example, during my dental school, I shared a room for a month with a temporary roommate who smoked marijuana. And I was unaware about his illicit habit. Illicit is kind of like illegal. Many times at night, the watchman used to come and check our rooms, and it was chaotic. But why was it chaotic? I don't really get that. So you're having some trouble expressing your meaning here. Was it chaotic because oftentimes you were worried that you guys were going to get caught with drugs in your apartment, you're going to get arrested? So there's just a lot of unanswered things here that you really didn't say. And then you said here, first of all. If you say first of all, then you probably need to say second of all, or don't use this word. I probably wouldn't use it at all. So how about use a transition word to sum up? University days were the best days of my life. This is good. I like how you're ending your writing. So, and good roommates of mine made those days more memorable. We started as roommates and ended up like brothers because of important traits like flexibility, an even-tempered attitude, and maybe a good character. So attitude and character are count nouns. Flexibility is not. That's why I'm putting that. Now your score here, I'm going to put you at about 3.0 or 3.5 out of 5 or 22 points out of 30. So when we look at the actual rubrics, you can click on them in the email I'm sending you. Your essay, it's organized, but in one of the paragraphs it wasn't easy to understand the connection of your ideas. You remember how you said the watchman and it was chaotic in your apartment? I wasn't exactly sure why. So there were some things that you didn't say there that made it difficult to understand your ideas. Now you also have some problems with word choice, sentence formation. As I said, maybe some vocabulary issues there. But still, it's almost there. So if you solve mostly, I think most of your issues right now have to do with language use issues. If you can solve those issues, I think definitely you will improve. All right, so the next thing I want to look at, just give me a second here. Yeah, hi there, and now what I want to do in this part of the video is, based on the writing that I just looked at, I want to recommend some lessons, some things that you can do that I think will strengthen your writing right now. So that's typically how I work. So when you do speaking and writing practice tests, I'll typically tell you different things you can look at in my online course in order to get better. So here, where is it? Count and non-count nouns, and particularly I think you can work in that area more. So lesson number 16 I think is really important for you. Lesson number 20 I think is also important for you. Lesson number 27, I'd like to have you take a look at that lesson. That'll show you how to be a little bit less wordy in your writing. Also, lesson number 28, when to use commas. I'd like to have you take a look at that. And there's one more, and I don't really have a particular lesson on this, but it's called Choosing an Appropriate Point of View in Writing. So go to Google, and you can find some good web pages there. So here are the keywords again. Choosing an appropriate point of view in academic writing. So, for example, you were using the you point of view a lot, but this is a more academic writing. I don't think that works very well for this type of writing. So, and that was really a big part of your essay there, right? Then you had maybe a few vocabulary issues if you want to work in the vocabulary part of my course and so on. All right. Anyway, thank you for completing independent writing practice test number 1. Have a great day.